We started our Providence journey 2014, my family did, and as the years have progressed, we have been led to get involved with small groups, and I've had barriers that I've put up and excuses that I made to not get involved, daycare being one or childcare being one, of course, and also kind of that feeling that maybe I'm not part of the group that's already there, they're already established, and will I fit in or will they like me? It just took some time, and Jessica Broughton asking me 750 times, and I decided, okay, I'm just gonna do this. So I got my own childcare, and I went to my first Propel group, and it was so welcoming, and everyone was just so inviting and warm, and I was so thankful that I went. And the one amazing thing that I really enjoyed about that group was it was my time to be Brandy. Not my time to be a mom, not my time to be a wife, not my time to be a worker. It was my time to be Brandy, and it was my time with God and my time with people that He was connecting me with that I didn't even realize He was doing it. I just thought, okay, I'm being a servant and I'm going and I'm listening to your word and we're learning what you want us to learn, but I didn't realize during this process that I was just creating these amazing friendships of people that I was maybe nervous about going at first because they already seemed like they were so close, but by the end of it, it was just so great, the things that I got out of it weekly. You feel like you're going through life, and whatever you're going through, someone sitting next to you or someone sitting across the room is doing the exact same thing you're doing. So sometimes when you feel alone, you're not. There's someone out there that God has put right in front of you through these groups to make you feel like, I'm not doing this alone. He's with me. He's with her. We're going to tag team this together. And then you become full. You become, like, I don't know how to explain it. You just become full. And the cool thing about it is I think people think, well, it's a 10-week, 6-week, 12-week semester, depending on when you go. And you think, okay, well, if I miss a week, then I can't commit. And that's not the case at all. My son started TBall, that particular Propel group, and I had to miss some because I'm that mom that's not going to miss a TBall game. And so I missed several, and I still felt warm and fuzzy when I went every single time. They gave me the folder. I still kept up with it. And even if you don't, sometimes the subject is where it changes each week. And it was so great just to walk in as if I had not missed anything. The one thing I really loved is they text you and they call you, or they Facebook message, or they send a carrier pigeon to get to you to say, hey, we're gonna miss you. We're looking forward to seeing you next week. So it's so good to feel that you have a place. And it sounds silly because the groups could be 2 people involved in the group, or there could be 30 people involved in the group, but you still feel like you have a spot there. When it was time for this past semester, and Buddy and Carrie approached me about doing a small group, I thought, no, that's not for me. I go to small groups. I don't teach small. I'm not the facilitator of small groups because that's for people that are way more involved in the church, not for me. The first thing that came at me, which I know was not a God thing, was you don't know the Bible front and back. You don't know every story. You don't know the ins and outs of everything. So who makes you somebody that could be a person that facilitates or leads a small group? Who do you think you are? Is exactly what got into my head. And I say those words on purpose, got into my head, because that's exactly what happened. And with the leadership, with Buddy and with Carrie, I decided to do it, and I'm so grateful for it. I love it because it's not something you have to know. It's God's grace working you through everything. The really cool part about it is I made a point to make time to still do a women's group in the middle of the week, even though I was doing Mommy and Me on the weekend. And I did that because you can lead, and that's great and it's wonderful, but that feel that you get when you're the person sitting there going through the class is just, it's not even measurable. So that's something that I'm going to continue to do personally, because I cannot not have that time for myself. I can't not have that time with these other women that I've grown to love. And I know when I go into the next group, it's not going to be the same women. And I'm okay with that because I'm going to love them, and I'm going to love them the exact same way that God loved me. If you are on the fence and trying to decide if small groups are for you, just take down the barriers, take down the intimidation. Do not use any excuses, and make sure that you get plugged in, because the only regret I have at all is that I didn't do it any sooner.